1 year, countless fish, and too many casts to count. I have been fishing on my native Titan X 12.5 for a full year now, and then today we're going to be doing a brutally honest review on it. This isn't going to be about showroom fluff or a spec sheet read-off.
Nope.
It's going to be the real deal, sun faded, salt stained, loosen screw review about what it's like to use this week after week in saltwater inshore fishing in Florida. If you're thinking about dropping some money on a high-end kayak like this, or you just want to see how this tank holds up after a year, stick around. You're going to get it all, the good, the bad, and the fishy. Let's start with how I fish because context matters. I'm in Southwest Florida, meaning I can fish year-round in the flats, mangroves, backwater canals, and bridges. I usually go solo, and I'm always pedal powered. My setup is intentionally simple. Yak Attack tackle crate, a cooler in the back for the fish and cold drinks, rod holders, camera mounts, and a micro pole for anchoring down. I haven't gone full Transformer Autobot yet, but I do plan to register it and slap a motor on that I already have, and maybe even a fish finder the day I stop pretending that I'm a prudish.
Why?
I chose the Titan X because I needed three things: stability, comfort, and long-term potential. I wanted a platform that could grow with me, and honestly, it looks like a floating tank. Spoiler, it kinda is. You do not pick this kayak if you want something that is lightweight or minimalist. You pick this because you want space, you want comfort, and you want tech readiness. I mean, this thing is basically a floating fish studio. And for me, that was the goal. I wanted something that I wouldn't grow out of in 6 months or so. And that has not happened. The Titan X shines when it comes to mod potential. The track system is legit. It's everywhere on the kayak, strong, smooth. The deck layout gives you tons of flexibility for upgrades. You want to put the fish finder on there with the batteries. It's got like 3 battery compartments, arguably. It's got all the rails set up just so you could put those fish finders anywhere you want. And it's got space for coolers, tackle crates, and all that other stuff on the back of the boat for motors, anchors, everything else. It's literally got everything ready to go. You can customize it however you want. One little mod that I did do was put in the locking position seat, because I've heard that this seat, since it spins freely from the warehouse 360 degrees, when you're paddling, some people report that the seat will jostle back and forth with each push of the pedal. So this is nice. I don't really use it too much to spin around and get different angles, but it is nice when you do want that. But I usually I like it that it's just locked for the most part. Here's the part that really matters. How does it handle on the water? Stability, it is unmatched. I have stood up sight casting with sharks swimming by below me and bounced through tons of wakes from boats and pulled through some nasty current, and I've always felt safe. That confidence lets you focus on fishing instead of balance. The pedal drive system that Native offers is bomb-proof. Smooth forward, instant reverse. I've scraped oysters, ran it into the bottom, pushed hard for hours, and it's never failed. Just remember to tighten the screws every once in a while. That was something that I had to do not once but twice in the last year. But it's not perfect, right? Because you have so much width on it, that is great for stability, but well, it does mean that you're gonna have more weight and you're gonna have a wider turning radius, and it's more sensitive to wind because of that. It gets blown around quite easily. And when I do power pull down and I stick it in the mud, there is quite a bit of hull slap, which has probably scared away more fish than I really want to know. So let's talk about durability. 1 year in, and honestly, no major issues. No cracks, no busted parts, nothing structural that's concerning. The only maintenance I've done, tighten screws, like I said. There's 2 screws that got loose. I'll put them up right now behind me. That was about it. I had a button come loose on the seat that kind of holds it down when you're transporting it. Not a big deal because even at 60 miles per hour, that seat does not unfold. I did add a keel guard to the front just because that area takes a beating with the salt, oyster beds, unloading and loading process. and it's really coming clutch, I feel. And maintenance is really simple. From the dealer, they just said rinse it off after you're done. You could use your garden hose at home, or you could take it to a car wash and just pressure wash it off.
This is gonna get ugly.
All right, time for some brutal honesty. This kayak is heavy, like gym membership required heavy. It's 140 pounds bare, fully rigged, over 170, and that's just with the stuff that they give you with it. It's not including all your stuff. Like if you put a motor and a battery on there, you're and all your other fishing gear, you're probably pushing 200 pounds. I loaded into a 6-foot bed using a bed extender. It works, but you might want to leave a little in the tank after you have been out on the water all day, so that you're not struggling too much, you know, getting it in. Carts are a must. You're gonna have to get one. Sorry, they're not cheap either. I personally use the Yak Attack Stow and Go cart. It's got 2-wheel options. You can change them out at any given moment. They're not cheap though. And if you had to pick one, I would recommend you stay away from the sand wheels. Don't do it unless you're built like a linebacker. They're heavy and they just make everything harder with the tight necks. They're probably great for anything else, but don't launch this thing in the sand to begin with, and and that way you don't have to worry about owning the sand wheels. I switched to the beadlock wheels recently. They're lighter, they're cheaper, and they actually work on pretty much all the surfaces, even like kind of mud, where the sand wheels I would thought would have been beneficial. I keep the sand wheels in the back of my truck with me at all times, but the beadlock have been just, for all the launches I use personally, top tier. And the biggest tip I can offer when it comes to this whole weight issue is just park close to your launch or carry a weightlifting strap. Seriously, there's one in my kayak at all times. So 1 year later, would I buy the Titan X again? Absolutely. I would also consider the 10.5 instead of the 12.5, just because you would save a little bit of weight, and I don't really use a whole lot of electronics as of right now, so it kind of makes more sense for that kayak, for me personally. But yes, the 12.5 is a beast. It fishes like a dream, built to grow with me, and as it grows, it's able to reach spots that I don't think a lot of other kayaks would be able to get to. Only way I'd consider trading this thing in would be if Native re-engineers it, gives it a facelift, you know, makes it look even cooler than it already looks, and maybe somehow puts it on Ozempic and shaves like 30 pounds off of it. I'd be the first in line. But as of right now, I think it is one of the most well thought out kayaks available on the market, especially if you're into tech, gadgets, and having a rock solid platform that just will not stop. If you've got questions, drop them down in the comments down below. I'll try and answer everything I can, whether it's about setup, mods, transportation, rookie mistakes, whatever. I'm here to help you. Thank you very much for watching. If you want fishing, more fails, and fishy adventures, please hit the subscribe button right here. Adios.